Welcome back to Wake Up with Cheddar. If you've been dealing with increased anxiety and stress over these last few months, you are certainly not alone. A new study by Oracle and the Workplace Intelligence shows that roughly 70% of workers feel that 2020 has been the most stressful year ever, and that it has negatively contributed to the mental health of the workforce. This report comes just days before the World Health Organization's World Mental Health Day. Emily He, the Senior VP of Human Capital Management at Oracle, joining us now to discuss. Emily, tell us about this new study. What are some of the key findings?
Good morning. It's so nice to be here. As you said, we surveyed over 12,000 people around 11 countries, including employees, managers, HR professionals, as well as C-level executives. And we found 70% of the workers from around the world agree that 2020 has been the most stressful year ever. 78% said the pandemic has negatively impacted their mental health, and they're turning to both technology and their employers for help.
I'm just looking at some of these findings. A large chunk, they're saying they'd rather talk to a robot than their manager. Did I read that correctly?
Yes, employees are experiencing a lot of stress in both their personal lives and their work lives. And this is impacting their productivity in the workplace, and is also negatively impacting their personal lives as well. So employees really want help from their companies, and interestingly, they're indeed turning to technology over people, over manager to support their mental health. In fact, 82% of the people believe robots can support their mental health better than humans, and 68% of the people would prefer to talk to a robot over their manager about stress and anxiety at work. And 80% said they're even open to having a robot therapist or counselor.
That is just so fascinating. Why is that? Why are employees preferring to talk to robots who really don't have empathy, right? I mean, what is behind the psyche here?
It's a really interesting question. I think there are several reasons. Number one, there's still stigma associated with talking about mental health in the workplace. So people are usually not comfortable talking about it. The other thing is, according to the survey, people believe robots and technology like machine learning and artificial intelligence offer a judgment-free zone to employees. They're unbiased, and they can provide quick answers to health-related questions. The other thing is, humans are oftentimes inadequate when it comes to address mental health issues. So that's why people are turning into technology. In fact, 75% of the people say AI has already helped their mental health at work.
So fascinating. So based on what you found from these employees, what are some of the solutions that companies can take to help workers get through this time?
Well, first of all, according to the survey, 76% of the employees believe companies should be doing much more to support their mental health. And there are definitely things companies can put in place to help their employees. For example, some companies are extending leaves to accommodate the COVID situation for employees to take care of their family members or themselves. And other companies are offering free access to apps, for example, meditation apps or physical workout apps. And many companies are giving their employees training around how they can balance work and life. But 83% of the people would like their companies to provide technology to support their mental health. For example, providing self-service access to health resources or on-demand counseling services. The bottom line is mental health is as important as physical health, and it's a global crisis and business challenge that simply cannot be ignored. Mental health needs to be at the top of every organization's business, management, and HR agenda.
For businesses and managers, perhaps, who are listening and think, who don't really care or don't know what to do about it, is there an economic reason that they should be paying attention to this?
Absolutely, because employees are finding that they're experiencing a lot of workplace stressors. For example, this is causing their productivity to plummet, and it's causing increase in poor decision making. more importantly, it's also negatively impacting their personal life and is causing sleep deprivation, poor physical health, and reduced happiness at home. Now that people are working from home, their work and life are integrated. So mental health has become a workplace issue. And if companies don't pay attention to it and they don't put solution around it, it's going to negatively impact the organization's productivity.
We talk about post-pandemic, and it feels like that is just never going to happen, right? Like we are still just so in the thick of this thing. But assuming
Yes.
we all make it out of it alive, and I don't even say that tongue in cheek, I actually mean it, like assuming that we actually can survive the next few months or however long it is, do you expect a residual impact in terms of people's mental health, or the expectations that people will kind of snap back into the everyday, flow of things?
I think it's going to take a long time for people to process trauma. And we are all going through trauma collectively as a result of COVID. So mental health is going to be an issue in the workplace for a long time. As a matter of fact, mental health was already an issue before COVID. And one of the positive impact I hope COVID will have on society is it's removing the stigma around mental health. And people, now that we're all going through this together, people are able to talk about it more openly. So I hope even after COVID, mental health remains a priority for HR teams as well as C-level executives. And when organizations and individuals can come together, we can really put the spotlight on mental health and create some real solutions to it, including leveraging technology to address mental health.
All right. Well, really good insight, and I hope you're right. Perhaps a silver lining in all of this. Emily Huss, Senior VP of Human Capital Management at Oracle.